Hello everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I have for you my calendar art for the very last month of the year. I've been doing this since January, so you've seen now when this is finished 12 of them. This is a planner that I got for free from the boys club. Actually, my mom got it, and I've been using it all year. Obviously, I need a new one because this is going to be the end of this one. I wanted to do some quick art to decorate the page and make it a little bit more festive for December. This is also obviously my vlog for what's coming up and thank yous and all that type of stuff for December. I know you guys have been wondering where the heck I've been for the last week, might even be over a week. Sometimes life just happens and things happen, and for people like me who are creators on YouTube, there can be all kinds of factors of why we suddenly just don't have videos for a week. I'm sorry that I didn't finish all my pages for um, last month. I missed a whole week of those pages because, well, the first thing that happened was we had unexpected guests, and we were already in the process of trying to clean up the house for guests that we expected, and then some other family members just decided to show up. And of course, you're going to spend time with people who take the time to come across the country and see you. Well, not really see me. They came to see my husband, but um, I'm sure that as time passes and things happen, that's going to happen a lot more. So we had guests. I didn't get any pages done, didn't get any video edited, and then of course we had the expected guests and the cleaning and the cooking and preparation for the ones we were expecting. That happened. They came. Um, I entertained them because during that time and continuing on, my husband had a fever and infection, which is something that's just he just doesn't understand because he's been well his entire life. Even when the kids and I would get the flu or something or a cold, he would never get it. He had the immunity of steel. He just never got sick. But since he's been in the chemotherapy, that of course, and that's continuing and will continue forever, it's really knocked down his immune system. He can't fight off infections and things. So he got a fever. He he came home early. He couldn't understand it. And then of course he's like, "Well, I can beat this. I'm fine. I don't need to see a doctor." But of course, when you're in treatment for cancer, they say if you have a fever, you need to call. So I called and they didn't call me back. And so then I just kind of um, figured out what the fever was probably from an infection, and I figured it all out. Then I called him back and I said, this is what I think happened. This is what his fever is, whatever. So then we had doctor's appointments and visits to this and visits to that, and he was in bed, and you know, um, when I'm caretaking, I'm going to caretake. I'm not going to make videos. I'm not going to be making art. I'm going to be doing what I need to do. Plus, then we had guests, and I was taking care of them and making sure that they were having a good time, making sure that they were fed and entertained. And then Thanksgiving on top of that, which we delayed a little bit. We ended up having it on Friday. So then I had to shop, cook, and prepare pies and all the traditional foods for Thanksgiving. And so I wasn't making videos during that time. And then yesterday, which was December 1st, finally everyone was feeling well, and we went to our traditional viewing of the Trans Siberian Orchestra concert, which we had bought tickets for way in advance. We always go to that every year. So that's what we did all day yesterday. So I'm finally getting my vlog done today with my calendar art. So that's where I've been. It's not, it's not the end of the world. The other thing that has been bothering me and making me a little bit wary of wanting to make videos is this whole fuss about the Child Protection Act and what happened with YouTube and how they got sued and had to pay a huge fine, and then they changed their policy about people's channels and their way that they were viewed. Were they appealing to children under the age of 13? Now, my channel is not made for children under the age of 13. It was never an intention to be a child's channel. It's it's an adult channel. There isn't any reason that a child could not watch this because there isn't anything other than art on my channel. But it wasn't intended to be a child's channel. So, of course, I'm going to go and mark my entire channel as not for children. I'm not saying that children can't watch it. And I've had commenters before who've said that their children enjoy watching some of my videos. Um, art videos are appealing to everyone, and there's nothing bad here. But the way that YouTube changed everything made it sound like if you don't mark your video in the appropriate way, if it still appeals to children under 13 years old, and the FCC decides that your channel, your video, whichever video, does appeal to children that young, then you need to make sure that it's marked that way. But if you mark it for children under the age of 13, then you can't have comments, you can't monetize, you can't have any of the little factors that we use to track our channel or to communicate with our audience. All that stuff goes away because the whole thing was that they didn't want children giving away their personal information on the internet. And that is something I absolutely am behind. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm saying that the way YouTube made it happen, rather than them trying to fix the problem that they had created, they made it all about the creators and how we mark our videos. And everyone in the community was very upset. Lots of people, their videos might have kid-like things in it, like toys and things, but maybe they're adults playing with toys, or maybe it's coloring. We have channels here on YouTube that are adult coloring. That's all they are. They color and they show people how to use Copic markers and how to use different types of media and then color. So if you say my video is about coloring, does that appeal to children under the age of 13? Of course it does. That sounds like something they would want. So it's all been very confusing. People have been frustrated. People have been closing their channels. People have not wanted to make videos. There was a day where everyone in protest refused to upload a video. And I've just been frustrated, not so much for my channel, because I really don't think that the FCC is going to come after me. If my little tiny monetization amount a month makes a difference to anyone, I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine that I would be flagged. But they say that if your video gets flagged, you could be fined up to $42,000. Well, I don't make even a small, teeny tiny percentage of $42,000 in an entire year. So why would I want that? So I've been thinking about it, trying to decide what I want to do. And I decided that I'll just mark my channel as not for children and hope that nothing happens, because I think I think it would be really, really crazy if my channel got fined. I can't even imagine that, because there is nothing bad going on here. So that's the other thing I've been thinking about. So back to, oh man, that was a long amount of talking, wasn't it? Anyway, that's the reason I've been gone. That's the reason that everything is out of whack. I didn't finish anything, and um, my videos have been absent. But in December, I will be making videos, but it will be on the slow schedule. There's not going to be anything every day or anything like that. It will be the regular slow schedule. We'll have the lives on Thursday, and then the things that I'm responsible for, I'll be making first. So my Gina B. Aaron's design team project, my stencil girl design team project. We've got a digital background exchange project coming up. Um, of course, the cold moon is on the 12th, which happens to be a Thursday, so we'll probably do that one live on the Art Joy of Sharing live stream show. Pick a stick challenge is coming up on the 6th, so my page will be out for that. And then, of course, during the month, I'll have my ATC and my altered tag for Pick a Stick Challenge. I'm not sure what the theme is for Art Joy of Sharing, but I'll try to make a video for the people who contribute to Art Joy of Sharing. I'm not sure what the theme is at all. I'll try to make an animal portrait. I've been doing terrible making my animal portraits. I do have an art doll to share some footage from that from last month that I couldn't make into a video because I was doing the other videos every day. I'll have that. So pretty much everything that I normally have, I'll have plus this and that and another thing and whatever gets thrown in. I am traveling from the 13th to the 17th to see my kid in California, so I'll try to make things to cover. But it's going to be a light month. You know, it's the holidays, and I don't have time to make videos. You don't have time to watch videos, probably. So yeah, of course I'll be making some Christmas gifts and things like that, and I'll probably film some of that type of thing and show it. I also wanted to make some homemade Christmas ornaments, and I wanted to make them for my kid who now has his own home and his own girl and the whole thing. And I thought it would be nice to bring him some homemade ornaments to start out his probably ever first Christmas tree in his house. Even though he's been living away at college, I don't believe he ever had a tree, but I'll bet you that he will. So speaking of trees, that's what I made on my page. It was an acrylic painting. I used a darker green to start out with, a bluish green, because fir trees are kind of a bluish green to me. And then I used a slightly lighter color, which is called evergreen from Dina Wakely Heavy Body Paint. And then I used the lightest green on just kind of the tips, because you know how when you look at a fir tree or a pine tree, it has the newest growth on the very ends. So I did that. Then I painted on some strings of lights. This is my favorite thing at the holiday time. I love to have trees. I love to have a fresh tree, and I love lights. And we go and drive around and look at people's Christmas lights. I like to have them in my home. I think they're the best thing about Christmas. So that is the reason that I put lights on there. I made them some glow with some sponging, and then I drew on the lights with a white Posca pen, filled them in with colored pins, and put a little bit of glitter on them. And then the finishing touch was to just put some sticker letters that say December. So it was a fairly quick page. Not too crazy, but kind of fun with just some regular old acrylic painting and pen work. I also want to say thank you to the people who contributed to my channel in the last month. And here's the slide. Thank you very, very much to Debbie, Antoinette, Linda, Arlene, and Lynn. Thank you very much. You can always use my PayPal donation button. It doesn't charge you a fee or anything. You can donate that way by using that button and using your credit card or whatever. You can set up monthly donations if you want to. Two of those people you've probably seen every single month this year, Arlene and Linda. They have automatically set up PayPal donations. You can also use my link to my Amazon storefront as you're shopping on Amazon for Christmas this year. If you use that link to get to Amazon, it doesn't matter what you buy, you're just using the link to get to Amazon. Then you can just search for whatever it was you wanted: Christmas lights, artificial tree, cookies from Sweden that have butter in them, all those things that you need for Christmas. Truffles, don't forget the truffles. If you do that using my link, then anything that you purchase will be credited to me as an influencer because I influenced you to go to Amazon. I did not influence you to go to Amazon, people. I know you're already going to do it. But if you do it and you use that, then I get credit. And that's always very helpful as well. It's you know, a tiny little bit of cent, part of a cent. whatever, but it does add up eventually and it will um, help my channel. So, what else? Thank you everyone for a really great year. I really enjoyed my year on YouTube this year and interacting with each and every one of you. I love it when you leave comments. I love to chit chat through the comments. Um, and of course, I enjoy our groups, Pick a Stick Challenge and Art Joy of Sharing, where we can interact with people as well. I love to see your art. I love to see when you do some of our things and post your art. That's really awesome to me. I am so grateful for my life here on YouTube, and I thank each and every one of you. That's it for me. Bye bye.